Hi, my name is Ravi Karmacharya, Senior Business Manager in the Industrial and Healthcare Business Unit. And today I'll be talking about Maxim's reinforced, fast, low-power, 4-channel 3.75 kV digital isolators, the MAX22344, the MAX22345, and MAX22346. So when human operators work with dangerously high voltages, international safety standards require that high-voltage systems provide at least 2 barriers of isolation or a reinforced isolation barrier that is able to withstand the same test criteria as the 2 isolation barriers together. Making 2 isolation barriers on the PCB takes up a lot of space, which in turn increases the cost of the PCB. So many customers prefer to instead lay out only 1 isolation barrier on their PCB and use a reinforced isolator across it. Reinforced isolators with the dual isolation barriers internal to the device provide the most robust isolation. Factory and power grid equipment that operates for a long time in the field at high working voltages need these levels of robustness to reduce maintenance cost and downtime. Universal robotics and systems are a growing trend in the industry. Sometimes the same module may be used in places that are accessible to human operators as well as deep within a system away from the human contact. Sometimes it is more expensive to make many different modules for different applications. It is very important for reinforced isolators to be low power, consume little current, and produce little heat. Heat stresses materials and degenerates the isolation barriers. Reinforced isolation needs to be robust and last a long time in the field, sometimes under high working voltages. Low heat generation caused by power conservation is the key to a reliable digital isolation. Most capacitive digital isolators are made with 2 die inside a single package. Usually, the isolation capacitor is located on the receiving side of the isolation channel. This capacitor provides the impedance to the dangerous voltages that may harm human operators or equipment. Most reinforced isolators differ from regular isolators in that this capacitor is much thicker, making it withstand higher working voltages for a longer time. The architecture of the Maxim's reinforced isolators is different and more robust than other reinforced isolators currently on the market. Maxim uses the redundant architecture with the isolation capacitors on both die in series. If one capacitor fails, the second one can do the job of maintaining isolation on its own, and the device can continue to function properly. This significantly increases the lifetime of the isolator in comparison to the single isolation products. In addition to using a more robust architecture with 2 isolation capacitors per channel, the MAX22344, MAX22345, and MAX22346 reinforced isolators also consume the least current and have the highest dynamic performance out of any reinforced isolator products available in the market right now. These parts provide the most robust and reliable isolation and also the widest timing, power, and thermal margins to make the system robust and reliable. So here is a system block diagram showing an industrial AC motor drive application. 3-phase motor voltages and rectified bus voltages are dangerously high, and they need to be isolated from the system interface for safety reasons. Here are reinforced isolators. MAX22345 can be used to isolate the system interface side from the high voltage side. In case the motor accidentally shorts to the control circuits, the dangerously high voltages would be blocked by the isolation barrier and prevent from reaching the human operators. The MAX22344, 22345, and 22346 dual barrier reinforced isolators address common customer design challenges. They provide 2 capacitive barriers of protection and meet and exceed the requirements for VDE and UL reinforced certification. They provide up to 3.75 kV of isolation in a 20-pin SSOP package. These isolators are rated to support higher data rates than any CMOS logic isolator currently available. The high-speed versions can support up to 200 megabits per second data rates and up to 100 megahertz clock speeds. They can support low VCC operation down to 1.7 volts for reducing power consumption and for easy and convenient level translation. Also, their low heat generation allows multiple of these devices to be placed close together without overheating the board. So do you need an isolator? Maxim has the right solution for you. Contact your local Maxim representative. Order an EV kit to test how these high-performance isolators will improve your new designs, or order some samples to drop into and improve your existing projects. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Maxim's reinforced, fast, low-power, 4-channel 3.75 kV digital isolators, the MAX22344, MAX22345, and MAX22346.